What's going on, guys? Connor from Highlander Performance here, and today's topic is going to be setting goals, or more specifically, how winners set goals. So, if I was to ask you to think of your top 3 health and fitness goals, just take a second to do that now. Alright, so chances are the first thing that you thought of was something like, I want to lose body fat, I want to lose 10 pounds, I want to fit into those old jeans that I used to wear. I want a really nice six-pack, I want bigger arms. And that is the standard type of goal that most people will automatically go to. And that's called an outcome goal. So basically the idea is you're looking at the end result. This is the outcome that I want. That's what most of our New Year's resolutions are. That's what pretty much every goal that we set is. And the problem is an outcome goal doesn't give you a clear path to the results. So it's a little bit vague, and then we kind of come up with a plan, and it doesn't work out a lot, and then we feel like we lack the motivation, the drive, the self-control to make it happen. And the real reason that that goal is failing is that you also need a process and performance goal, and that's where the real magic is. So anytime you set a goal, let's say I want to have six-pack abs, and let's say that I'm about 15% body fat, so I need to lose about 5% body fat. What I need is I need a process to get there, and I need to set performance targets the whole way to get there. So for example, my process might be I'm going to fast for 16 hours, 5 times a week, Monday to Friday, while I'm busy at work not thinking about food. And at the end of every fast, I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk, and then I'm going to have an ice shower, and then I'll have my big meal. And I'm also going to lift weights 3 times a week. And I'm going to eat all natural foods. I'm going to go on the paleo diet. So that would be your process. And then the next step is to set performance goals. So that's going to be things like when I work out, I am going to get 5 rounds of this circuit in 15 minutes. And then I'm going to exceed that every single week. Or it could be I'm going to add 5 pounds to this lift every single week if possible. You're basically just setting little micro targets for every step of the way. When I go on my walk, I'm going to walk 3,000 steps. And then in week 2, I'll walk 3,500. Week 3, I'll walk 4,000. Or in my fast, I'm going to extend it by an hour every single week. And when I eat my natural foods, I'm going to eat them completely natural 90% of the time. And then what you do is you track it, see how it went, and then you're going to adjust. So if it fails, it's not a big deal. If one of my plans fails, I completely don't care. I'm not scared of failure at all. And it's very freeing because I know that it has nothing to do with me. It's everything to do with my process and my performance throughout there. So create your process, make sure you perform to your targets. If you're not performing to your targets, then you know that your performance is the reason you're not hitting your goals. It's not you, it's your performance. And if you continue to try to do that and you can never perform at the targets that you've set for yourself, you need a better process. Your plan's just not good enough. So try creating a new plan and then try again. It's like that saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again. So keep running that over and over. If it hits a point where you've tried maybe 3 or 4 different plans that you've made on your own and they're all failing, it's time to get help. Find someone who can make you a better process and set you more realistic performance targets. And basically, a lot of us just set these outcome goals and then we come up with a very vague plan and we don't have clear steps to get there. You need to find that end goal that you want, and then you need to reverse engineer a bunch of steps to get there. And then if your plan is faulty, it's not your fault. You just didn't have the right plan. It's totally okay. Try a new plan, do some more research, or if you don't have the time, get some professional help and just keep on trying and you will get it. Also, if you're setting goals, and this is really important, guys, if you're setting goals that aren't related to your why, the reason that you do everything that you do in a day when you wake up, and you're also not setting goals that are aligned with your priorities, and if you check out my other videos, which are linked right down below, they're basically meant to build on each other. You should be starting off by figuring out your why, and then you should be figuring out your priorities. So my why statement is, I want to make the world a better place, and I want everyone that I meet to be happier and healthier. And that's my why. And then my priorities, number 1 is health. My health comes before all else. Then comes my family. I know it sounds weird that health is above my family, but if I'm sick and dying in a hospital, my family's not going to have a very good time. Family including my girlfriend as well. And then, that's where career comes in after that. And then after that, that's when I kind of focus on, performance targets, getting shredded, lifting more weight, getting, ranking up at jiu-jitsu, things like that, after everything else is taken care of. And when I set my goals, they have to match my why. It has to somehow help people, because that's what I'm all about. That's what makes me feel fulfilled when I jump into bed at the end of the night and my head hits the pillow. And it's also what's going to make me feel fulfilled when I hit my deathbed. So I basically am going to live my life with no regrets, and it's very intentional and it's completely possible. You just need to think about it. And because my goals will be aligned with my priorities, so basically I set my goals in the order of priorities. So I got to set health goals. If everything's taken care of there, then I can move on to the next. Now, when I hit my goals, it's going to be meaningful, it's going to be important. And if your goals are not aligned with your why and with your priorities, when you hit that goal, it's not going to be very satisfying. If you just, let's say that all you want to do is help people, and you're already in a great relationship, and you basically you really enjoy eating out with your friends, and that's really important to you. It ranks very highly on your priorities. Time spent with friends and family, and your favorite way to do that's over a meal. Maybe you want a six-pack because a bunch of people on Instagram have a six-pack and it feels like society expects you to. But if you look at your priorities, being really lean or ripped isn't even in your top 5, and you can pursue that, but it's going to be really hard. And when the going gets tough, because it's not aligned with your why or your priorities, you're going to fail, you're going to give up, and you're just not going to have that deep motivation to power through. Or if you are just extremely self-disciplined and you can force yourself to do things that you don't like to do, so you somehow just grit your teeth and you grind it out and you get there, you're going to be unfulfilled, you're going to be unsatisfied. A lot of people feel like they need to make a lot of money. This is the example I like to use. And there's a ton of super wealthy people that are very unfulfilled and very unhappy. And it's because it either didn't align with their why and their priorities, or they kind of had a vague idea of what their why and their priorities were, but it was out of balance. They didn't really think it through clearly. They get to that end place. It doesn't really match up with deep down what they're all about, and then it's not all that meaningful, and then you end up basically very unsatisfied. So that's everything that I wanted to talk to you about today. I hope you get something out of this. Check out those other videos right down below. Figure out what your why is. I have some articles and there's some questions as well in that video that you can check out to help you figure out what that why is. Everyone has one. Dig around for it. If you don't know what it is, it'll really make your life a lot better if you can figure that out. Well worth the time. Figure out where your priorities lie. Write them both on a sheet of paper. Write your goals below that. Cross out any goals that don't align with your why and your priorities, and then make a process and performance goal as well for every single goal that you have. Follow the process and then just keep adjusting it until you hit it, and just apply patience at that point. Thank you very much for watching. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day to listen to me. I really try to make the stuff that I give you valuable, because I know your time is extremely important, and I hope you get something out of it. And if you did find this helpful, your word of mouth is everything to me. If you could share, if you can subscribe, if you can like, if you can check out my articles, follow me on Facebook, Connor McLeod, follow me on Instagram, Connor the Highlander. Any of that would be absolutely amazing, and I would love it, although I don't expect it at all. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.